High Court picked Ketanji Brown Jackson, a liberal, to write the opinion. And I read the opinion. It is totally mystifying to me how these appellate court judges got it wrong. I wondered, did they ever even go to law school? Because just because you're a straight woman, which puts you in a majority, it doesn't mean that you have some elevated burden of proving job discrimination. Read Title VII. It's nowhere in the Civil Rights Act, as the High Court was so incredulous about. The plaintiff here was highly qualified, passed over for promotion in favor of a less qualified gay candidate, and then demoted in favor of another gay candidate. She was claiming she was being punished simply for being straight. And the law, as you point out, Sean, does not demand that a heterosexual woman show some extra special evidence of discrimination. The lower court judges simply made it up out of thin air, and it was refreshing to see the Supreme Court call them out on it.
All right, so reverse discrimination.
All right, I ended it and I came right back.
You have 4 of the 6 decisions that were unanimous.
Let's vote.
Are they trying to show that they're not as divided as people think? And is there any other decision that really stood out to you?
You know, so many of these decisions were lawsuits that were totally frivolous, if not.
Now I'm back, y'all.
For example,
if you voted for Donald Trump, are you invested in the stock market, crypto, or real estate? If you voted for Donald Trump, are you invested? That's what I need to know with this live. If you voted for Donald Trump, are you investing? I need to know. If you voted for Donald Trump, if you haven't invested, if you haven't been investing, I need to know why not. I need to know why not. If you voted for Donald Trump,
okay, judge has a right to do that. Is that a communication to you?
Are you investing in the stock market? Are you invested in crypto? Are you invested in real estate? I need to know. And if you say no, I need to know why not. That's what I need to know. I got a poll going up. Eggs Dick Jake. Hi, hey, how you doing, Jake? We're back. I'm in the process of investing. That's great news, Jonathan Davis. If you voted for Donald Trump, you should be investing. If not, if you haven't been investing, you should be in the process of educating yourself. One of the two. So if you are educating yourself, you can still vote yeah. That counts too. Because sometimes people are late with investing. But if you voted for Donald Trump and you are not investing in nothing, you must be learning. You must be in the learning process. So y'all, people that's voting, please be honest.
I think that it makes all these witnesses that much more credible.
Please be honest.
Appreciate it. Thank you. And up next,
all right, good deal. Good deal. If you voted for Donald Trump, are you an investor? Are you invested in the stock market? I need to know that. If you voted for Donald Trump and you are not investing, I need to know that too. Because it's already 9 o'clock.
8:45.
Oh, because if you voted for Donald Trump and you are not investing, I need to know why you voted for Donald Trump. I need to know why you're not investing. If you voted for Donald Trump is an investor. He's a businessman. So your best interest was to vote for Donald Trump. If you are number one, you are an investor.
And you're going to have a great time. It's going to be a wild show.
And you are, well, you invested in the stock market and you invested in real estate. If you voted for Donald Trump, you should be invested in the stock market, bro. And if you haven't yet, don't worry. It's not too late. It's not too late. You can still start investing. But it's all, you just got to change the way you think. That's the only reason why you haven't bought a stock yet. Because you haven't put that in your subconscious mind. You didn't put that in your subconscious mind. And you are not too late. You're right where you're supposed to be. So we got 3 people that voted. And everybody said, yeah.
Becoming a visiting angel's caregiver is such a rewarding job.
Every day I make a difference in the lives of those who matter most.
I need to know.
Our seniors, who may need a little extra help.
If you have more to give and compassion in your heart,
Begin a new career as a visiting angel's caregiver. Apply today.
We back. We about to get, what I want to do, is it a way we can put it on the game and that at the same time?
6 times a day.
Because I want to do both. I got to see, I really got to see what they're going to say at 9 o'clock on CNN, because you know they got Democrats and Republicans on that show. What's her name? Abby? Yeah, I like that show. That's one of my favorite shows to watch.
Mobile 6 hours on sale now for Father's Day. Get one for Dad at Cardia.com or Amazon.
Force Factor Ultra Berberine is the #1 best-selling berberine supplement at Walmart. Ultra Berberine contains clinically studied ingredients to promote fat, improve weight gain, and support blood sugar.
Well, Donald Trump, bro, he killed the stock market today. He ran it all the way up and then broke it all the way down. That was crazy. He ran it all the way up because him and President Xi had a conversation. You know that, right? So that's what made it go up. And then he turned around and shot down Elon Musk with the EV mandate, where it made Tesla go down, not the rest of the stock market, just Tesla. But of course, Tesla's gonna recover tomorrow.
Save up to 40%. Hotel. Trivago. When news breaks.
If you just not coming in, I need you to vote. If you voted for Donald Trump, are you investing in crypto or the stock market? I need to know that.
Don't worry. Be warranty.
I need to know. And if you did vote for Donald Trump and you are not investing, I need to know what's the holdup.
Harbor Freight.
If you voted for Donald Trump and you have not bought one stock,
We made it happen.
I need to know why.
These aren't just dreams. They bring hope
Why
to
not?
those with critical illnesses. Make dreams like Cooper's come true. Donate
I
your
just
card
need to know
today.
why.
Wheelsforwishes.org.
Hey, what's going on, ATM? Tim, how you doing, bro?
Find where you fit. Dare to discover. LinkedIn.
Let me see what's going on with the game.
Ion. Humble tire. Upset stomach? Ibirogast.
Let's see what's going on with the game.
Bloating. Ibirogast. Makes some unique combination of herbs. Ibirogast helps relieve 6 digestive
Yeah, it's been a hot mess today, man. It's been a hot mess, y'all.
symptoms. The power of nature. Ibirogast.
It's been a hot mess.
Indigestion. Ibirogast. 6 digestive symptoms.
Donald Trump and Elon Musk ain't seeing eye to eye right now. They're not seeing eye to eye. I'm doing good on the earn, yeah.
Tonight's other news
The earn.
and fake news CNN alumni, the very
We got to see what's going on.
town hall in Washington. Jasmine Crockett was there.
But man, Elon Musk say that Donald Trump is on that list,
Kind of embarrassing.
and they don't want to. He don't want to release the files because his name is on that list of guys that was on Epstein Island.
You guys too.
That's crazy. The thing is, see, that's, I'm gonna say it again. That's the kind of people I don't like. Now we cool once we rocking together, right? You know all the dirt, but as long as you benefiting off our relationship, it's all good. Soon as I do something you don't like, or I try to shift in another different way, now you want to tell all the dirt. Man, I can't stand a man like that, bro. If we rocking together, it's all good. But as soon as I want to go a different direction, or as soon as things ain't going your way, you want to tell all the dirty secrets. Why Elon Musk didn't tell us all this before the drama? Why Elon Musk didn't tell us that Donald Trump was on that island? Why he didn't tell us all these things about the bill, about the big beautiful bill? Why you didn't tell us? But now you want to act like you didn't know what really was in the bill. But because the EV mandate is not in the deal, you mad now. Now you want to say the man, now you're going to say you didn't know anything about the cuts, the details about the bill. You didn't know none of that. He lying, guys. He's lying. He knew everything that was in that bill, but he was all right with it. Why? Because, listen to the OG, he was all right with it because everything was going his way while he was in the circle. He was getting all his EV mandates, all his government contracts, all these billions of dollars. He was all right with it. You know what I'm saying? But soon as Donald Trump wanted to go the other direction, we already knew that Donald Trump don't like EV. He's drill baby drill. He don't want all this to be electric. He want to drill baby drill. We've been on that. So all of a sudden, you find out that the EV mandate is not in the bill no more. Now you want to tell Donald Trump secrets. Say, man, that's a cold lick right there, y'all. That's a cold lick. Have you ever been around some dudes, your homeboys, where all the activity that's happening, they all right with it, long as they benefiting off of it? But then soon as you kick them out, now they want to turn around and tell all your secrets. That's what Elon Musk did, bro. That's what Elon Musk. Why you didn't tell us? The real reason why he didn't release the Epstein files. Why you didn't tell us? Because you was all right with it as long as you getting the check. As long as you getting all these government contracts, you all right with it. But the contract he really wanted was the EV mandate. That's the contract he really wanted from the government. The EV mandate, where all the government vehicles is electric vehicles through Tesla. He wanted that government contract for them vehicles, y'all. And he wanted it where every government vehicle had to be electric. That's the mandate. Every vehicle in the government couldn't be gas no more. It's a mandate that it's electric by Tesla. The ultimate contract. That contract right there would have been better than the contract he got with SpaceX. Why? Because he can make these vehicles over and 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 charge the government whatever he want to charge. That's just like having a house. That's just like investing in real estate and then putting a house on housing, right? That's a government check that you get. Like if you buy a bando in the hood, fix it up, put it on housing, you get a government, you get a direct deposit from the government. And guess what that direct deposit gonna be? Way above the average rent. It's gonna be way above it. So in other words, the market price for those Tesla electric vehicles, Elon Musk was gonna get way above market value for each one of those Tesla vehicles that he give to the government. That's what was gonna happen. The ultimate contract to put him over $1 trillion, to bring more wealth to him and his family, to bring more wealth to the stockholders like me. Yes. More wealth. More money to do what? Invest in more rockets, more AI robots, because that's coming. Robots, robo-taxi, that's coming. But Elon Musk put all that on hold for Donald Trump. All he was supposed to do was get Donald Trump over the hump. In other words, bring in all the guys that support Tesla, that support Dogecoin, which is a lot of people, by the way, to bring all those people into MAGA, to put Donald Trump over the threshold where would be no ifs, ands, or buts about winning the presidency. It also brought on, which is very, very important, Joe Rogan. Without Elon Musk, there's no Joe Rogan. Without Joe Rogan, there's no Aiden Ross. Without those three guys, there's none of the younger crowd, the younger investors, the Dogecoin army, the Tesla army, the UFC fans. Brought a whole lot of people.
Can you hear me?
Sure can.
So when Elon Musk say, if it wasn't for me,
Sure can.
you would have lost that election.
Sure can.
Trust me, that's true. Because guess what could have happened? Elon Musk could have did what he did for Donald Trump. He could have did that for Kamala Harris. See, they didn't tap in to those people. And trust me, it's a lot of them. It's a lot of Tesla investors. That Elon Musk has a lot of investors roll with it. I mean a lot. The Doge army, Dogecoin, the Bitcoin people, all those people. It's a lot of them, guys. He got all of those people to come in and vote, to put Donald Trump over. That was the icing on the cake. He was the one that told Donald Trump, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. He told Donald Trump certain things to help put him over the threshold. But in return, he wanted the EV contracts, the EV mandates. That's what Elon Musk wanted. And he thought that that's what he was going to get. He didn't care about Medicaid getting cut. He didn't care about the excessive spending that's in that bill. He didn't care about none of that. Because if he did, he'd have said something about the big, beautiful bill. He'd have said something about it in the beginning. But once he found out that his EV mandate got cut, it was over with. It was over. But guess what's going to happen? Now, it's happening, and it's happening right now. Tesla dropped because of the EV mandate, but mainly when Donald Trump said the EV mandate is off the table, that was a direct message to the MAGA people to do what? Sell their shares of Tesla. So Elon basically felt betrayed. Right, yes. Yep. That's what happened. Because everybody knows what's in the big, beautiful bill. Elon Musk thought that EV mandate was going to be in that bill. And he found out it wasn't. So when he found out it wasn't, he went haywire. Which he had the right to, because Donald Trump told him that EV and gas can coexist at the same time. That's what Donald Trump said. Let the people pick which vehicle they want. He say he's not really an electric vehicle guy, he's really a gas guy. But let the people pick. But he said that because he needed Elon Musk. He needed him for political reasons. He needed him on their campaign trail. And in return, Elon Musk was going to get all the government contracts. In return, Elon Musk was going to get all the government contracts from the EV mandate. What they need to be talking about is hydrogen vehicles. But Elon Musk is heavy on the electric vehicles. That's his thing. Electric vehicles and robots. See, they had a plan where it was going to be Uber. This was the plan. It was going to be Uber, NVIDIA, which is AI. They all were going to come together using NVIDIA's AI, Elon Musk robot Tesla capability, and Uber to all come together and build these robo-taxis and these robots. The robot can babysit. The robot can cook. The robot can be a school teacher, so you don't have to send your kids to public school. The robot can serve drinks if you own a club. The robo-taxi can be Uber, right? Meaning that if you're an Uber driver, if you own a robo-taxi, you can basically have an Uber account, because it's going to be embedded inside of the Tesla through AI. And you can basically have a contract with Uber, not drive the vehicle, and the robo-taxi will ride around and pick up people and drop them off by itself. That's the plan. That was the plan. Now, I don't know what has happened now, but I know those robo-taxis and that robot was supposed to be released by the beginning of 2026. But they had to put it on hold because Elon Musk spent all his time helping Donald Trump on the campaign trail and with the Doge program, that he took time off. So it delayed all the plans that they've been trying to roll out. They already showed us the robots. Straight up. The robots can cook, serve drinks. What else the robot can do? Can teach your kids because it got AI in it. So you can homeschool your kid, let the robot babysit your kid, and the robot can be a maid, cook, clean, all that. Yeah, the robot bad, bro. That robot is bad. And they were supposed to be releasing the robots in 2026. Some people already have the robot as a demo. The robots are already given to certain people as a demo right now. There they got a robot that can do it all. So I don't know what's going on now, because of, the EV mandate. It's not in the bill no more. They're going back and forth. And now what Elon Musk did was told us that Donald Trump didn't release the files because he is actually in that on the Epstein list. That's what Elon Musk said tonight. So we're going to see what's going to happen. But I do know that Tesla stock dumped because Donald Trump told MAGA to get out. That's what he told him. He told everybody to buy the stock. Now he's telling everybody to sell it. And that's what's happening. So what's going to happen is now the Democrats who sold the stock because he sided with Donald Trump, now they're going to come back in and get back in and invest in Tesla again to bring the stock right back up. Watch what I tell you. That's what's happening though. But that's what happened. Elon Musk, Donald Trump, when he parked that Tesla in front of the White House, that told MAGA to invest in Tesla. That's what happened. And they all bought Tesla shares and Tesla went up. Now he's taking it all back and he's telling them to sell. And that's what they're doing right now. That's why we had a big dump in the stock market, because Elon Musk said that, not Elon Musk, but Donald Trump said that the EV mandate is not in the big bill. Elon Musk already knew. I don't know why he acting like he don't know. Sell y'all shares. And that's what happened. Meanwhile, Elon Musk, Donald Trump, they shorted it all the way down. They shorted it all the way down. But the media gonna come on here and say Donald Trump lost, not Donald Trump, Elon Musk lost 34 billion today, which is a lie. Which is a lie. That's what they do. That's the scare tactic that they use so people won't invest into the stock market. Just because it go down, you don't lose. It ain't like your money is gone. If it goes down, if you sell, then it's a loss. But if you don't sell, there's no loss. So they lied. They say he lost 34 billion. That's a lie. Because guess what? In a few days, it's going to recover. So how did he lose? That's what scares people to not invest into the stock market. They think, they say that if it go down, they lost. If it go down, they lost their investment. If it go down, he lost 34 billion in investments. That's a lie. Now, if it went down 34 billion and he sold it, then he would sell it, and then that loss would be a $34 billion loss. But if he don't sell it, it has the opportunity to come back up, which it will. So you gotta be careful on the games they play, what they need to be talking about. You gotta be careful. You gotta think. You gotta watch the games they play, because they don't want everybody in America investing into the stock market, guys. They don't want that. Yes, they want you invested in the 401k plan. They want that. But they don't want you actually knowing how to buy and sell a stock on your own. They don't want you knowing that you can make money on the stock market if it goes up or if it goes down. They don't want you to know that. They'll never say on this news, they'll never say this. A lot of people made money on the Tesla crash. They'll never say that. Ever. They'll never say a lot of people made money because of the Tesla crash. They'll never say that. They'll never say a lot of people made money on the stock market because of the crash. They'll never say that. They won't. They'll never tell you that. But if you're in a position and you know the game, soon as Trump said there are no EV, though that EV mandate would not be in the big beautiful bill, if you know the game, you automatically know those are code words to short the market. Not the market, Tesla. Those were code words to short Tesla. Oh, the EV mandate has been eliminated from the bill. Short, put contract, all the way down. They'll never tell you that. None of them on TV. I never turn around and say how many people made billions because Tesla went down. They ain't gonna say that, but they quick to say that Elon Musk lost 34 billion. How do they know he didn't short the market? How they don't know that, oh, this is a setup? How they don't know that Elon Musk and Donald Trump already talked about this? Man, we're gonna short the market. I'm gonna tell them that I took the EV mandate out of the bill and we're gonna put in short orders and we're gonna ride it all the way down. That happens, y'all know that, right? That happens all the time. Go watch a movie called The Big Short. It explains that, how they make money if the stock market go down. Donald Trump and Elon Musk could have had a conversation to pull money out of thin air, because like I say, the stock market is an ATM machine. All you got to know is the PIN code. They know the PIN code. Donald Trump is the president. Whatever he says affects the market, positive or negative. Positive or negative. So they buddies. Man, look, bro. Man, I need to come up with about $1 billion. You know what we gonna do? We gonna say that the EV mandates are not gonna be in the big, beautiful bill. Yeah, do that. Go on, put in my put orders. Go on, put in my short orders. Get in the Oval Office. Look, y'all, we made it mandatory. The EV mandate is not gonna be in the big, beautiful bill. The whole time, they already got their orders put in to short the market. Soon as he say that, it goes down. Let it all go all the way down. At the end of the day, we're gonna take profits. And then guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna rebound and we're gonna buy back in and we're gonna ride it all the way back up. That's what they do. That's exactly what they do. That's exactly what they do. So guess what? As soon as I got a notification that let me know the EV mandate is not in the big, beautiful bill no more, once I heard that, guess what I did? I hurried up and grabbed my phone. I was running at the time. I was at the park. Alert! Ding, 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 ding. Whoa, look. EV bill is not going to be in the mandate. Not going to be in the big, beautiful bill. I got right on my broker. On my phone. I put in a put contract. Right then and there. Boom. Shorted all the way back down. I sat and watched it. Go all the way back down. And then guess what I did? I took my profits and I rolled it all the way down. While I was doing what? Enjoying my day. See, we got to understand about the other side of America, bro. We got to change the way we think and shift to the other side of America. And with the cell phone and a little bit of knowledge, shift to the other side of America. See, just like Meek Mill's, the other side of America, that song, it's two sides of America. What side of America do you want to be on? I've been on the left side for so long. Guess what? I'm on the right side now. And all it takes is a mind shift. That's all it takes is a mind shift. And with the power of this internet, which is the phone, it makes it 1,000% easier. All you got to do is educate yourself. Put the work in, right? Learn this great stock market and build something for you and your family and your kids and your grandkids. It's easy, but it's difficult at the same time. I'm going to say that again. It's easy, but it's difficult at the same time. Why is it so difficult, Stock Sniper? Because majority of the people, majority of Americans don't have the capability to change their mind, to change their thinking, to come out of a consumer state of mind and come into a what? An investor's state of mind. All it takes is a changing of the mind. Once you change your mind and understand, bro, I don't want to be on the side of America that Meek Mill's talk about in that song. The other side of America, I don't want to be on that side anymore. I want to be on the right side. Yeah, I don't want to be on the left side. I want to be on the right side. And once you make a decision to be on the right side, the next step is to reprogram your mind and then socialize with the right people that's on this right side and put the work in and consume your mind and your energy with learning what? How to be a great investor and simplify it. It's so easy these days with the internet. It's so easy to be on the right side of America with the mind, with this internet, with the computer, which is the phone. Training your mind how to come out of the consumer mindset and come into the investor's mindset, where every time you think about something, you always trying to figure out the investment side of it, not the consumer side, the investor's side. As an example, an Apple phone. Everybody has an Apple phone. This is a great example. A consumer will be worried about the updates to the Apple phone, the updates to the camera, right? What other apps you can get out of the Apple store. They will be worried about that. But an investor would be worried about those things, but in a different type of way. Once I go by Apple store, how many people is buying the Apple phone? How many people like the updates? Why? More people like the updates, more people buy the phone, the more the shares go up. What's the earnings report? Every 3 months, it's an earnings report. Man, what were the earnings this quarter? Did we beat expectations? Did we miss expectations of earnings? Did the Apple phone sales go up? Did the Apple phone sales go down? So you start thinking differently. You don't think it as a consumer. You think of it as an investor. More Apple sales. The new Apple iPad has updates. Everybody liked the updates. There are great reviews on the updates. So guess what? You know that your portfolio should increase. The new Apple phone 17 or whatever. You're not looking at the Apple 18 so you can buy it. You're looking at the Apple phone to see how many people gonna buy it. Because you know if it sells, guess what's going to happen? Your shares are going to go up. Your portfolio is going to increase. That's building wealth for you and your family. Another thing is 60-40. If you voted for Trump or you invested in crypto on the stock market, why not? If you voted for Trump and you are not invested in the stock market, why? Why not? That's the next question. That's a 60-40 split. Why not? If you voted for Donald Trump, knowing that he is an investor, which the people that vote for Donald Trump are investors or business guys or invested in the stock market or invested in real estate. So if you voted for Donald Trump and you haven't invested in nothing, it's time to start thinking about it. You're not too late. The perfect time is right now. Donald Trump has his own cryptocurrency. Trump media is on the stock market. When we vote for these people, bro, or sis, it got to be a reason why. I vote for you because you benefit me and my family right now. Voting for Donald Trump means that what he does is in the best interest of you and your family and your downline right now. Trump is talking heavily about crypto. He's given us the blueprint. If you voted for Donald Trump, he's giving you the blueprint. Crypto, AI. He's giving the blueprint right in front of our eyes. So in other words, it's time to start investing. If you voted for Donald Trump and you in the 40% right here, it's time to start investing, guys. It's time to start right now. And it starts just one share. Just one share. That's all it takes. That's what starts the ball rolling. Buy a share this week. Buy a share next week. Buy a share every week I get paid. Buy a share every month I get paid. That's how it starts. With the mindset of that, I'm holding it forever. But at the same time, I'm gonna educate myself on different things. I want to know how to make money on the stock market if it goes up or if it crashes. While you buying stocks long term, then you can start thinking about the other elements to this game. But the first element to this stock market is long-term invested. If you're in this 40%, now it's 33. If you are in this 33%, you have to start investing in the stock market. It's easy. You start with the companies that you know, like, and trust. You buy one share here, buy one share there. Every week, buy a share. It starts small until you get your confidence going. Because if you never invested in anything before, it's some sort of a scarcity there, especially if you've been working a 9 to 5 all your life. You're used to, what's the word I'm looking for? Security, right? Because that's one thing a 9 to 5 gives you, security. But once you have the mindset of an investor, especially with the things that you know, like, and trust, you gotta have an iPhone. You gotta be on YouTube. You gotta have YouTube TV. You gotta be on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? You got a computer, so you know Microsoft. You got Netflix. You wear Nikes. You wear Jordans. On and on and on and on and on. You already know, like, and you trust those products. So guess what? You start right there. You like AI. You got NVIDIA and AMD in your brand new computer. You start right there. You start with the S&P 500. You buy you one share. Now you in the game. Next week, you don't have to buy 100 shares at one time, guys. That's not how this works. You start right there. I don't care if you work at McDonald's. I don't care if you work at Jack in the Box. I don't care what you do. You should be investing in the stock market, especially if you're already using the products. Start with one share. Next week, another share. Next week, another share. Next week, another share. Every week, every 2 weeks, every month. Buy a share or two, start small. Get used to buying and you get used to investing. Once you get used to investing, you take it slow. And once you feel confident about that, then you go to another level. The next level is learning how to make money if it goes up or if it goes down. What I talk about every single day. That's the next level. But the stocks that you buy singly, that's long term. That's not for me. That's for the grandkids. That's for the great grandkids. That's something you can pass down. But the next level of the game is understanding how to make money in the stock market if it goes up or if it goes down. Like Tesla crashed today. Wouldn't it be great if you knew how to make money on a crash? With the power of this phone, guys, and a little bit of information, and a little bit of homework, and a little bit of renewing of the mind, you can go both ways, up and down. A lot of people banked when Donald Trump took EV mandates out of the big bill. A lot of people, when he said that, a lot of people took a short and rode it all the way down. That's what they're not talking about on the news. They say Elon Musk lost 34 billion. They're not talking about how much money was made on the way down. If you don't believe me, you got a phone, Google it. Can you make money if the stock market crash? Matter of fact, I'm gonna Google it for you. You ain't gotta believe me. My goal is to lead you to the water. That's my goal. I get my money out of the stock market. My goal is to lead you there. That's it. Once I lead you there, if it makes sense, and it do make sense, you just got to change your mind and come to this side of America. Get out of that side over there and come to this side. I'm finna Google it. Just if you think you don't, for the people in the back, can you make money if the stock market goes down? Matter of fact, I should have screenshot this and put this on the back of green screen this. You ain't gotta believe me. All you people that gotta Google everything, look, it's telling you right there. Google it. It's called short selling. A lot of people shorted the market. You think Elon Musk and Donald Trump didn't short that market? If I shorted the market, come on, bro. You know they did. In my opinion, it could have been set up like that. I got all the power. Look, man, we're going to short the market today. I need some money. All right, man, look, we're going to tell them that the EV mandate has been taken out of the big, beautiful bill. All right, guys. EV mandate out of the big, beautiful bill. Crash Tesla. That's what they did. And guess what's going to happen? We're going to ride it right back up tomorrow. 8:30 a.m. when I go live from my day trading setup from the office, you're going to see. We're going to ride it right back up. That's how it goes, guys. It's simple. You just got to educate yourself, get in the right circles, educate yourself, educate yourself, educate yourself, educate yourself. If you've never invested in the stock market before, it's easy. You got a phone. You got a phone. You can buy one stock. I'm giving up the game. Another why Jay-Z ain't telling y'all to buy Uber shares. He's heavily invested in Uber. Why these rappers don't tell us what companies to invest in? Why Diddy didn't tell us to invest in the company that owns Ciroc? He wants you to buy the liquor, but ain't telling you to invest in the company. He's pushing the liquor, but not telling the people, but he's trying to tell you who to vote for. Vote or die, but not telling you about investing. Telling you to spend your money on Ciroc, but not telling you about investing into the company that owns Ciroc. That's why I try to tell everybody, the rappers ain't got nobody's best interest. They don't give a damn about you and your family. None of these rappers. None of them. Because if they did, they would have been telling you to invest in the company that owns Ciroc, and Jay-Z would have been telling you to buy Uber shares way back when. 50 Cent would have been telling you to buy vitamin water shares Dr. Dre would have been telling you to buy Beats by Dre stocks instead of the earphones. If you're going to tell me to buy the earphones, bro, tell me to buy the stocks too. Don't tell me to buy, don't make me just a customer. I want to be a customer and an investor at the same time. See, they want to keep us as customers. They want to keep us right here. You know, like the dope dealers do the junkies. They want to keep you spending all your money. That's how they do the junkies. That's how those rappers be treating y'all. Like junkies. Buy my Ciroc. Buy these Jordans. Why Michael Jordan didn't tell y'all to buy Nike shares? He told y'all to buy the shoes. He didn't tell y'all to buy the shares. He didn't tell y'all that. Nah. Buy the Jordans, buy the shoes. Make a whole collection of Jordans, but don't buy one share of Nike. Do that make any sense? That don't make no sense. At least Elon Musk was trying to sell a car and get you to buy the stocks. At least he was doing both. At least Tim Cook, who owns Apple, he ain't trying to just sell you the phone. They trying to get you to invest in the company as well. So, what we take out of this, Trump versus Elon Musk, don't take the drama, don't take the going back and forth, don't look at what's going on outside, think about what's going on in the inside. Think about what's really going on. I said, before Donald Trump took office, I said, guys, Donald Trump is the president again. It's time to, if you haven't been investing, it's time to start investing. From 2025 to 2029 to 2030, earn. Everybody make a earn. That's nothing. Spend less and invest. Those two things, spend less and start investing, and give it, 4 years, and see where you be at the end of this presidency. I already showed my portfolio on here 3 times. I did it 3 times already. If you was in the live, you see my portfolio. I'm going to show it again in 2029. If everything goes like it's been going, and God wake me up every single day, the next time I show my portfolio at the end of this presidency, I already showed it 3 times in 2024. Yes, if you was in the live, I showed my portfolio 3 times. This next time I show it, gonna blow your mind. The thing is, it's not about me. I want other people to show. Look, Stock Sniper, bro, I got in. I started buying stocks every single week. I bought 1 share here, 2 shares there, 3 shares here. All 2025, every time I got a paycheck, I bought the S&P 500. I bought the companies that I know, like, and trust that I use every single day. It's the beginning of 2026. I got 100 shares. It don't take much to accumulate 100 shares if you buy 2 or 3 here and there every single month. In 12 months, you up to 100 shares. That's just 1 year. Well, okay, the next year, now it's 2026, the same process. 4, 5, 6, 8. I promise you this, by the time that happened, you ain't gonna be buying no 1 or 2 shares no more. Oh, now, you're gonna be trying to buy 20 and 30 at a time if you can. You're gonna be trying to find more ways to buy shares of stocks than spend money at Jack in the Box. You're gonna be trying to find more ways to buy shares than to buy Jordans every week or every other month. You're gonna be trying to find more ways to buy shares than to go to the football games. Trust me. So it's my job to lead to the water. All I gotta do is show it to you. You never invested before? All you gotta do is start with the companies that you know, like, and trust. That's it. S&P 500, SPYG, BOO. Wait, what is that, Stock Sniper? Those ETFs, 500 are the top companies in America. The Nvidias, the Amazons, the Apples, the Teslas, the Microsofts, all the companies that we use, Google, that we use every single day. We're using probably about 5 of the companies right now. YouTube, iPhone, Apple, YouTube, Apple, Google, which owns YouTube, Microsoft, if you're watching this from a computer, Amazon, if you buy Amazon packages. Simple. All you gotta do is open up a brokerage account, start making your deposits, and start buying a share. Buying 1, buying 2. Next week, buy another 2. Next week, buy another 2. It's the beginning of June. By the 4th of July, you could have 10, 15 shares. Buying 2 and 3 every week. If you get paid every week, buy 2 or 3. Next thing you know, July 4th hit, you got 10 shares. Time to start all over again. Now I gotta buy another 10. Next thing you know, when January coming 2026, you're sitting on 100 shares. You're sitting on 100 shares. And you start, now you got a whole full year to work with. All during 2026. Earn, spend less, and invest. Once you get comfortable with buying those shares and start really getting into the game, then you're going to be saying, man, I need to know how they're making money on the way down. Your mindset shifts. Listen to the OG. Ain't nothing better, bro, than having investments to pass down to your kids and grandkids, and also being a recipient, being a grandkid, being a great grandkid, as I am, a great grandson, a grandson of investors that has passed down things. That's why I talk about it so much, bro. And with the era that is happening right now, with this phone, I remember when you had to look at the stock market in a newspaper, bro. Now, I'm looking at the stock market right now. Right now, I can go to my phone and I can look at Tesla right now. Boom, boom, bam. Look, just like that. And guess what's happening? It's already recovering. Look, that's the bottom. Right here. Look at all that. It's already recovering. You think they're going to say that? They're going to continue to say that Elon Musk lost 34 billion, which is a lie. Whatever it went down today, it's already recovered in after hours. Right now. So I want y'all to just start thinking. Start with one share of the companies that you know, like, and trust. If you got a YouTube channel, if you monetized, why you don't own a share of Google? Just saying. And just stash them. Just hide them. Hide the shares. Man, these shares ain't for me. They for my kid. They for my grandkids. They not even mine. That's how you gotta have a mindset. Then when you get a deal, oh, you ain't even tripping. You'll just buy the deal. You already know the company. You trust them. You know the product. You know the CEO. You know it's a good ran company. You got 75% of it down right there just because you're a customer. All you got to understand is earnings report, which comes out every 3 months. That's all you got to understand. Basic numbers on an earnings report. That's it. You already know everything else. Next thing you'll be wanting to know, what's the next product? What's the next product that Tim Cook is going to develop? What's the next product Elon Musk is going to develop? What's the next product the guy that owns Amazon? What's the next product? The guy that owns Microsoft, Bill Gates, what's the next product? That's how you start thinking. You don't think about how much the iPhone is no more, bro. When you start investing in these companies, you do not think about how much the phone is no more. You start thinking about how many of the phones have sold. What's the next product that's coming down the line? That's what happens, guys. And it all starts with the renewing of your mind. It starts right here. Man, look, I don't want to be a consumer no more. I want to think like an investor. You start thinking about how much McDonald's really paid for that burger. They selling you the burger for $5. How much they really paid to make this burger? You start thinking differently. You buy a remote as an example. You pay $20 for this remote. How much it really cost to make this remote? How much did they buy this remote for from China? You start thinking like that. Start thinking like an investor, not no consumer. A consumer don't care what it costs. They just want what they want. Yeah, I want that remote. Whatever it costs, I'm gonna pay for it. But they want to keep us thinking like a consumer. That's the system of America. The system of America wants you to stay on that 9-to-5 job. The system of America wants you spending all your money. The system of America wants you living paycheck to paycheck. Yes. Because that's how the system works. If everybody had the mindset of spending less and investing, the American system wouldn't exist anymore. The American system is built on 9-to-5 jobs, no investments, consumer spending. That's what it's built on. And credit. The US dollar has its value because of credit. They have more. Let me tell you how they done changed it. The US dollar used to be backed by gold, right? It's now backed by you and I, our credit, our consumer spending. That's what the American dollar is backed on. It's backed by junkie mentality. As long as you, just like in the streets, the dope dealer knows he's going to continue to be in business. Why? Because there's a lot of addicts. So long as there's addicts, the drug dealer stays in business. That's just like the American government on a high scale. As long as people are spending money, it's a system. As long as people are spending money, as long as people are borrowing money, the system gonna keep rolling. And the people that's over the system don't give a damn about the system. You think Elon Musk and Donald Trump really care about the system? I don't care about the system. So you know they don't. I care about spending less and investing and passing it down to my kids and my grandkids. I don't give a damn about the US dollar. I care about spending less, investing, and passing it down to my kids and grandkids. And guess what? As soon as majority of Americans start thinking like that, all America is, bro, and sis, it's just the land of milk and honey. It's just where you come and make your money at. Like the dope block. You just go there and make your money. You don't go to the dope block, make your money on the block, and then spend your money on the block, do you? No. So why would you do that in America? The bigger block. America is the block. You make your money. And you don't spend the money back with the block. You keep your dough. You invest your dough. You pass it down to your kids. Why do you think so many people from overseas come to America? They're not spending the dough. They sending money back home. They bringing more people over here to make money. See, America, they just want ants. They want you to come over here and make money. They want you to come and make money. Come and make money. Come and make money. That's how America, the taxes, that's how America survives. The system survives by tax money. If nobody's working, there's no taxes. America can't take your money. Like when you work a 9-to-5, America takes their money first. That's why I can't get down with a 9-to-5, bro. I can't. I never could. Only time that I really worked a 9 to 5, if I needed the money and I was doing bad, when I wasn't earning, spending less, and investing, I worked the 9 to 5, which it had to be a shutdown because I didn't like the fact that they take my money before I get it. Damn what you going through. The system of America go get their taxes first. That's a W-2 employee. That's the system. They want everybody working a W-2. Why? So they can have access to your money before you get it. They don't care what bills you gotta pay. They don't care about nothing. Uncle Sam, which is the system, gonna get their money first. I never liked that. As being a business owner, independent contractor, sole proprietor, guess what? You pay your taxes after you get your money, right? So, as working for yourself, you dictate on what taxes you pay. You can write off a whole lot of stuff that you can't write off as a W-2 worker. You can't. And just how the system is. Well, Stock Sniper, I got kids and I get an income tax check every year. Do you know what the system of America do with your tax money before they give it to you at the first of the year? Do you know what they do with it? They invest it. So, if I'm taking money out your check, I know the stock market, and I tell you, you get paid every week. Give me $200 every single week. And I'll give you an income tax at the beginning of the year. But I know the stock market. I know how to take that $800 a month. I know how to take that $8,000 and turn it into $100,000. You think I wouldn't give you no money at the first of the year? A fixed rate that's not negotiated. It's a rate that I want to give you. That's another example. Let's say that somebody, and I tell somebody, look, give me your money. I'm going to invest it for a whole year. And at the beginning of February, I'm going to give you your money back. That's exactly what that is. I'm going to give you, you got 3 kids? I'm going to give you $1,000 for each kid. Or whatever it is. And you, yes, you happy with that. So so you give me part of your paycheck every single month, all year round. And all I do is invest it into the stock market. I know how to make money in the market if it goes up or if it goes down. That's a good deal. I do that all year long. Take somebody else's money, invest it into the stock market, and then give them an income tax check in February and give them what I want to give them. Well, you got 3 kids you got? Okay, sis, I'm going to give you $1,000 per kid at the beginning of the year. I give you $8,000. If I'm investing your money for the whole year, in that example, you give me your money for the whole year every month, $800 a month. That's $8,000. I take that $8,000 and I turn it into $100 in 1 year, and give you $10,000 in February. That's what they do. I do that all day long. I sit on my money, take your money, invest it into the stock market, make money if it goes up or if it goes down, run it up to 100K, and then give you your 8,000 back, plus a couple of extra thousand because you got kids, and you be straight. Now, do that sound right? Not only are they taking that tax money and invest it into the stock market, but that's how they issue out bonds, treasury bonds, all that. And don't give the American people no cut. Yeah, I'm going in. They don't give us no cut. So I don't want no income tax check, bro. I want my money. I want my money because I can flip my own money during the year. See, when you start looking at it like that, do you understand that the federal income tax system and what they call it, child tax credit, is a scam? When you put your money in the bank, I got 10,000 in the bank account. I got 10,000 in Bank of America. I got 10,000 in Wells Fargo. Guess what they're doing with your money? They're investing it into the stock market and they loaning it out to people for houses, cars, credit. That's why they got off of gold. They got rid of the gold because interest rates was more valuable and people's credit was bringing in more money than actual gold. So they took the dollar off of gold and put an IOU. That's what backs the dollar, an IOU, which we finding out is what's going to destroy America. Eventually, the American dollar is destroyed. It's not backed by nothing. It's backed by IOU. Why you think nobody cares about it? The people on this side of America don't care about the American dollar. I don't care about the American dollar. I use it as exchange there. Yeah, that's it. I care about investments. That's what I care about. Investments. They're like the rappers and the dudes that keep the money to their ear. They value that more than anything. But they don't even have the knowledge to understand, the mindset to understand that money that you put into your head, that money that you showing on the internet, don't mean shit. As a matter of fact, leave it up under your mattress and see where it's at in the next 10, 15 years. I move around a lot. A lot of these businesses, more and more and more of these businesses are starting to not accept those bills. So in a minute, we're going to have a transition to crypto. That's the reset nobody's talking about. The reset is what's going to replace the American dollar is crypto. It might not be the next 5 years, might not be the next 10 years, but the next 20 or 30 years, If you 10 years old and you watching this video, when you turn my age 50, you're going to say, man, that old man was right. Short term, it ain't going to happen in my lifetime. Maybe not my kids' lifetime. Maybe not my grandkids' lifetime. But eventually, that US dollar is going to disappear. How do you know that, Stock Sniper? Because we already don't care about it, bro. We already don't care about the US dollar. We don't. We care about investments. We take the US dollar and buy investments. We take the US dollar, invest in these companies. We take the US dollar and invest in gold. We take the US dollar and invest in businesses. We take the US dollar and invest in real estate. That's what it is. Everybody's wealth is not in the American dollar. Y'all do know that, right? Whenever they give an estimate on your net worth, they don't go by how much American dollars you got. They go by your assets. What do you own minus what you own outright minus what you owe. That is your net worth. Jay-Z is worth billions. He ain't got $1 million. He ain't got $1 billion in a bank account. That is a portfolio of different type of investments in different companies, added together for overall net worth. That's how you come up with how much is somebody worth. That don't mean they got 4 or 5 million in the bank. Some of those guys ain't got no money in the bank. Some of them living paycheck to paycheck, but they own stuff of value. Whether it's stocks, whether it's real estate, whether it's luxury vehicles, whether it's paintings. Some people hold their net worth in paintings. You might go to somebody's house and see an old painting on the wall. Little do you know, it's worth 200-300 million. One little painting. Have all their net worth in paintings. Yeah, I'm going in tonight. 2 good lives over 3 hours. We got some votes coming in. 57-43. If you voted for Trump, are you invested in crypto or the stock market? 43% of the people say no. A 60-40 split. Which in my opinion, is just about right. Why? Because they got the study out that 40% of Americans don't have an emergency fund. So according to this poll and those numbers, it's just about right. If you just not coming into the live, appreciate you for coming. I need you to vote. If you voted for Donald Trump, are you investing in crypto or the stock market right now? The next question is, if you did vote for Donald Trump and you are not an investor, why did you vote for him? Like, why? You know he's a business guy. You know he's an investor. So the things he's going to put in place are going to benefit the investor and the businessman automatically. If you didn't know that, I'm telling you right now. Everything he says and does has investment, business written all over it. Everything. So if you in this 43%, don't trip, because the best time to start investing is right now. Right now. Well, Stock Sniper, I never did it before. Start with the companies that you know, like, and trust. You're a consumer, right? So start with the companies you know, like, and trust. Start right there and start small. 1 or 2 shares. That's it. Don't buy no Jordans this week. Don't go out to eat for a month and use that money. Don't buy no cigarettes for a month. A pack of cigarettes is $10 a pack. That's $300 right there. Don't smoke no cigarettes for a month. You got $300 to play with. Don't buy no weed for a month. And matter of fact, if you do smoke weed, you know they got marijuana stocks on the stock market. There you go. If you smoke weed, why are you not invested into a cannabis company? If you smoke cigarettes, why are you not invested in a cigarette company that's on the stock market? That's how it works, guys. So we got to start thinking differently. We got to start thinking like the 99% think. You got to start thinking like the 99%. That's this side of America. Once you get to this side of America, you're going to start hanging around different people. But then when you learn something, you got to teach. We need more people coming over to this side. If you buy 1 share of stock, congratulations. You are now a business owner. You on this side. You got to keep it going, though. You got to keep it going. You'll look up at 2028 or 2029, and you'll be ready to rock and roll. Just saying. That's my job. Is to lead you to the water. Put something on your mind. How you thinking? You know what? Man, that show do make sense. I'm going to start paying attention a little bit more. You know what? I'm going to go and pull the trigger and buy my first share. I'm going to invest in my first company. You know what, bro? Instead of buying these Jordans, I'm going to invest the money in the Nike. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. You know what? I like going to Walmart, which is a good company, by the way. I like going to Walmart. I'm finna go buy me a couple of shares of Walmart. Then you'll start looking at things differently. So let me see what's going on with the game. Let's see who's winning the game. Oh, the game almost over, probably. The game over? I was supposed to be talking about the NBA Finals. Let's see. Oh man, the Pacers won. That was gonna be my bet, y'all. I tripped out, bro. That was my bet. I was gonna get on and roll with the Pacers to beat OKC, and I'd have hit. I'm pissed. I tripped out, bro. I'm pissed. Man, I'm pissed. I tripped out. But it's all good. See, I come on here to share y'all the information and forgot about placing my bet. It's all good though, because I want to get this information out. I want to change somebody's way of thinking. I want somebody to say, Stock Sniper, bro, I bought my first share of stock, man. And I feel good about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my way to financial freedom for me and my family and my kids. I had my kid right there with me. I had my old lady or my old man right there with me when we bought our first share. We excited, bro. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear, man. That's what I want to hear. I want more people getting out of the 60% and coming over here to this side. Yes. I want more people on this side. Man, it's about to get real, real hot. $7 a.m. Well, it's gonna be hot tomorrow. Well, y'all, tomorrow, well, Sunday. Well, tomorrow too. Man. Yeah, I've been running in that heat. Still out there getting it in. Still out there getting it in. Well, we were supposed to be checking out the game, but the game is over. Indiana won by 1 point. That's crazy. Bro, I missed my bet. That's all right, though. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, though, man. I hope I brought enough value to y'all, you know, to put something on y'all mind. You know, don't be blinded by what they saying about Trump and Elon Musk. Because trust me, it's a money play. That's all it is. They don't give a damn about the American people. They don't. All they care about is they circle and they people and building wealth. That's all they care about. They circle of people. So the thing is, we got to start being like that too. Only care about our people and to better our people and to educate our people, to put our people on this side of the fence, right? And plus another thing, guys, they already upset because it's a study that came out that 40% of Black Americans are investing into the stock market more than ever before. So guys are investing. So we got to keep educating our people and keep bringing our people to this side of America to do what the 99% do. I don't care what scale. Small scale, there's levels to it. But if you buying shares, if you investing, you in the 99%. Don't make no mistake about it. But you just gotta build on it. You gotta build on it. And you gotta teach other people. And you gotta teach your kids. And you gotta teach your grandkids. Because what good is it to build all this up and you're not teaching? You're not educating your kids and grandkids. Right? Because at the end of the day, that's who it's going to. That's just like my grandfather and my great-grandfather left me stuff. If my mom didn't put an investment book in my hand and didn't educate me about investing, didn't educate me about life insurance policies, didn't let me know, well, hey, you see all that stuff over here on the wall? That's life insurance policies. If they didn't educate me about that, if my mama didn't say, I'm not buying you no Jordans, I'm gonna buy you a share of stock for your birthday, which I hated at the time. Yeah, I was mad. I used to be upset, because everybody had Jordans, everybody had starter jackets, but I didn't get that. I got shares of Nike. I got Wells Fargo shares. And at the time, it really didn't matter, right? But it did, because it shaped and it molded me into what I am today. And what I did was build off what was already handed to me. And now what? I got kids that are doing the same thing, that are building off that was already handed down. I was able to retire at 50. I was able to be a blessing to somebody because of the position that I was put in, which is great. But yes, I was able to retire at 50. Well, before I turned 50, I retired at 47 years old. But I say 50 because I rounded off to the nearest 10. But I retired at 47. I've been retired for 4 years now. It's because it's a generational thing to put the next people in position. My daughters can retire right now if they choose to. They can retire right now if they wanted to. Why? Because of the work that's been put in from different generations all the way down. And if they decided to retire right now, they could at 30. So that's what it's all about. Freedom. And I know me, I want to be free. I want my kids to be free. I want my grandkids to be free. Just like my mama wanted me to be free, my grandfather wanted her to be free, and she, how it goes. And that's how it goes. Each one teach one. Like I'm a day trader, right? Everybody ain't gonna want to be the day trader. My mama was totally against me day trading. She told me it's gambling. But I told her, you don't understand it. You can't label something that you do not understand. Have you paper traded for a whole year? No. So how can you say it's gambling and you never tried it? You don't know anything about it. You never paper traded. I paper traded for a whole year before I started going live and using my own money, day trading. Yes, I paper traded. If you don't know what paper trading is, is I traded without using my real money for a whole year to learn this game. For a whole year. It took me a whole year to learn the basics of this game. Now I've been day trading for 8 years. And I love it. The stock market is an ATM machine. All you gotta know is the PIN code. And the PIN code ain't small. I ain't gonna even lie. It's not an easy PIN code. It's a long password. But guess what? If it's not for you, show it to somebody. Show it to your kid. Show it to your grandkid. My mama never had the idea that I'd be a day trader. Never had the idea that I had the gift and the love of reading charts. She never had that idea. But guess what? That's a skill that'll forever be in my family. Why? Because I go live every single day. I make my channel worth something. I live stream my trades every single morning. Not for YouTube, but for me and my kids and my grandkids, for the next person that'll pick up this gift that God gave me. Yes, it is a gift. So yes, I live stream my trades every single morning. Not for nobody, but for me and my downline. They can watch it right now and learn, support resistance. The 13, the 9, and the 20. A W shape, a M shape, a U shape, a V shape, a bull flag, a bear flag. What's a 9 EMA? That's why I live stream every single morning. For the people in the back that want to know. That's why I day trade every single morning and I live stream it. So it's recorded. And my family members, my homeboys, my homegirls, friends can go back and learn. And guess what? Long as YouTube is here, those lives are going to be there even when I'm gone, teaching the next stock sniper in my family or in the world. Going to be teaching the next stock sniper. That's why I do it. And guess what? They say they get it out the mud. We get it out the stock market. And that's what it is. So with that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all. I hope I put something on y'all mind. The stock market is an ATM machine, bro. All you gotta know is the PIN code. That's it. And if you already buying shares and you are watching day trading, what you gotta do, you gotta paper trade first. You gotta go to school. Don't just jump in and start paper trading with your, no, just don't jump in and start day trading with your real money. Don't do it. You gotta paper trade. You gotta practice. Yes, I'm talking about practice. So with that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all. 704 Wall Street is my block. Earn, spend less, and invest. And with that being said, you know where I'll be. Tomorrow's Friday morning. I'm going to be right at the desk, 8:30 a.m. in the office. With that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all. To the next one, I'm out.